What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is a bonus special episode of the KOD show. It's me, Blake Dela Cruz. It's just Bryce.
How y'all
Big
feel?
Hirsch is out in the world, out trying to make the world a better place. So he will not be joining us this evening. But this is a special episode for AEW 4 Gear. It's a preview and prediction show. So we're just going to get into it. Bryce, how you doing tonight?
Hey man, I feel great. How you feel?
Hey, man, I can't complain. All right, so we're going to jump off into this thing. So the first match on AEW 4 Gear that we're going to preview, it's going to be Wardlow, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs. It's a triple threat for the TNT title. Obviously, Wardlow's been cooled down. Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe. And Powerhouse Hobbs just came out of witness protection. So who you got?
Oh man, this match. I think Wardlow gonna keep the belt. I don't really see why they would put it on Powerhouse Hobbs. He hasn't done anything that I remember, unless it was some stuff on the internet that nobody watches. Last time I remember seeing Powerhouse Hobbs was that match with Ricky Starks. That was, I don't know, was that like 2 months ago now?
That technically didn't count, right? That technically.
I mean, but it
That
still was
match
on
technically
national
didn't
TV.
count.
It was on national TV. It's fresh in my mind. So whether they count it, well, do they even keep track of win-loss records, rankings? Does that even matter? Probably not.
We don't know anymore. No, it's on a case by case basis.
Yeah, it felt like 6 degrees of separation to figure out who's the number one contender. I have no clue what's happening with all that. But this feud here, yeah, I think Wardlow is going to win this match. The feud itself doesn't really make a lot of sense. They broke up Wardlow, thankfully, just to get rid of a tag team with a terrible name.
Yeah, that's awful.
They were a team for maybe like a month and a half, 2 months maybe.
Maybe.
There's no sympathy there whatsoever about a breakup. Nobody has had time to even be invested in them as a team.
Right.
So I don't know. It just felt like it was kind of premature. And also, I thought this was going to be something either Wardlow versus Hobbs, or if you do the triple threat, that it would be on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view next month, not on this show here, because it's a lot of matches on this show. It's set to be
it's at least 10.
Yeah.
It's at least 10. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Wardlow here because Samoa Joe already has a title, right?
Yes, he has the Ring of Honor television title, which it makes sense if you don't think about it. He has a belt that's a TV title for a company that doesn't have a show. But yes, that's the belt he's in possession of.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go with Wardlow here. We want to keep track of this.
Yeah, I'm taking those right now.
Appreciate it. So because it makes no sense to put in. It makes no sense because the company philosophy is everybody has a belt. So there's no need. It wouldn't make sense for them to put two titles on one person, and that person be Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe doesn't get anything out of winning here. Again, Powerhouse Hobbs ain't been on TV in a couple months. All of a sudden, shows back up. And there's literally no purpose for putting the belt on him because who knows when he's going to be off TV again.
Right.
He might have this match and not show up for 3 months. Who knows? So I'll go with Wardlow here.
Go with Wardlow. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and show my shirt here for the next match.
And by the way, I forgot to say that's a really petty shirt to be wearing tonight to do this. But especially the pipe bomb shirt.
I'm Mr. Petty. And I think the guy on the shirt is also just a tad bit petty. So, Death Triangle, Penta, Ray Phoenix, Pac versus the Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. Bryce, who you got?
I thought that's a trick question. I think we know who gonna win this. The Elite got this. they're back. We've seen their influence on the show. Like literally the 3 or so weeks, however long they've been back, we've seen their influence on the show, and the ratings reflect that. The way this match
Just
even came about was just absolutely idiotic.
and just to
Death
kind of
Triangle.
echo Bryce's, they did 818,000 last night. That is not good for a go home show. So hey, coincidence? We don't know, but so go ahead, Bryce.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's like they've just had declining ratings the last 3 weeks. I can't put my finger on what exactly is happening.
No, I can't either.
Don't know. But yeah, the way this match came about, Death Triangle defended their belts on TV, and then after the match, they basically called out the Elite. Said they wanted to, I guess, call them out before the Elite came for them. They issued an open challenge. The Elite magically just somehow had the graphics department answer the challenge for them. It was already queued up
Oh,
to go with their little clock theme to go ahead, and instead of them disappearing, now they reappeared in a trios match.
oh, that's
Amazing to
cute.
me. Just simply amazing. They're gone after all that fallout that happened Labor Day weekend, and their first match back is for the belts that they were stripped of.
That they probably cried for because why
Probably.
else are these belts here? Like
Right. Yeah. Because I have no clue what this division is about to look like.
I don't remember. Have you remember a time? I know WWE doesn't create titles where a title was created specifically for someone like the
I mean,
Million Dollar Man.
yeah, I was gonna say that was probably the first thing that came to my mind, and then I thought of like character specific titles, like when they held a belt, like when Cena made the Spinner US title, or like this Spinner WWE, or like Steve Austin had that Smoking Skull. But no, I don't recall like a title being specifically made for people. And I think Ring of Honor, they have like 6-man tag belts,
Yeah,
but
New
like,
Japan does as well.
yeah, I mean, so it's not like it's a new concept, but it's just yeah, I don't think it's something that was ever needed for AEW.
Yeah, and even Million Dollar Man, it wasn't like it was like the FTW title in a way, like it was a
And,
gimmick.
and that's
Um,
exactly what I was about to say. I actually just thought about, yeah, FTW. That was next on my list. But
but
yeah, I just don't understand why. Like I feel like AEW went from being, when it was originally started, to being like a tag team company. Because I say, hey, they have a lot better tag team wrestlers, and like they can put on better matches than what WWE offered in the tag team perspective. Because like
mm,
Vince hates tag team wrestling, and most of those tag teams were just a bunch of guys put together. It wasn't like actual teams.
yeah.
So like that's why I was excited, and I said, okay, this would be cool. And then now it feels like they just put more and more people. So like you have to have trios belts, and
Well,
like the tag belts ain't that important.
that's what they put. That's what the platform is when the company started. Like
Yeah,
that's not like what fans. That's what the fans were told. The fans were expecting that because that's what the fans were told by the EVPs.
yeah,
So, but they've made a kind of a mockery of pro wrestling of tag team wrestling, um, simply because this whole wrestling thing, it's a give and take. You know what I mean? Like,
hmm,
and one day I might, it might be time for me to put you over. Another time might be time for you to put me over. When it
yep,
came time to do real business, to quote my man Shawn Michaels, they lost their smile. So therefore, they just dropped the belts. So they didn't have to drop the belts to FTR. So
yep. Like I didn't understand in general why they even won the tag belts if the plan was not for them to wrestle FTR. Like, why even put the belts? I get that. Hey, maybe they were supposed to go with the Hardys on a short-term run, and like everything that happened happened. but like they had other opportunities to take the belts off of like I think it was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus had the
Yeah.
belts. And it's like they had an opportunity to take the belt off of them. They didn't. Then somehow the Bucks got a match, won the belts, defended it one time, and then they lost it in some 3-way tag. And yeah, that was it. It was extremely anticlimactic. It was predictable with Kenny coming back and then them getting the belts that they wanted and being like the inaugural champions. So yeah, I don't know, man. It just I don't know. Their stuff to me it just seems real predictable. The matches I'm not really a fan of,
Yeah.
just from you know all the cooperation that's required and the acrobatics and it's cool to be like athletic and you can do a lot of stuff, but like you ain't got to do everything every match.
Right.
Like save some stuff. Have like your stuff, like 3 or 4 things that you really like that you do, but then save like 3 or 4 other things so you can kind of sprinkle that in periodically.
Right.
So you can wrestle like so their matches can look different from television to a pay-per-view to like I know they
That's
don't
my
run
whole
live
thing,
shows,
man.
but like
Like your TV matches don't need to look like your pay-per-view matches.
exactly.
So I think that's a lot of my issue with AEW is like you can't really tell a difference between the pay-per-view matches and the TV matches.
Exactly.
Because everybody tries to get their stuff in. Like we have to get the stuff in. We just have to. But that's my problem with this. So this is going to be a very cooperative match, if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's going to be in the right spots at the conveniently right times, holding each other up.
Yep.
You know what I mean. But we all know what this is leading to because the elite are the baby faces in the company's baby faces. They do no wrong. They got the Booker's ear. So this isn't hard.
Mm-hmm.
The elite is gonna win.
Yep, same. We're both on that. So both going with the elite.
Yep. In a feud that will literally almost never end. This is kind of like their version of like Cena Orton. Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy
in a steel cage. Who are they trying to keep out? Who is interfering in these matches? Is Christian with whatever he has, a torn whatever in a sling? What he gonna do?
It's wrestling, bro. I just saw Scarlett interfere in a steel cage match a couple weeks ago. Like anything's possible.
Yeah, that's true.
This they made Jungle Boy look so stupid for months. For months. Yep. So I just want to get to like the timeline of this. So Christian turns on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And then Luchasaurus sides with Christian. And then 2 weeks later, he sides with Jungle Boy. And then sometime later, he goes back to Christian. And this is where we've been ever since.
Yep.
Do you think this was the plan the whole time? I know Christian's hurt. But do you think the plan was to turn Luchasaurus 4 times in 2 months?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's something I'm going to have to send you, I don't know, some later point in time, but about the face heel turns that Tony Khan does.
Yeah, we'll also put that up on the Instagram and the Twitter, too.
Yeah, because it was something, somebody kept track of this. Whoever you did, God bless you. But it was something like 20-some people had turned from face to heel like over the summer.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Booker of the Year, right?
Yeah, it's just so it's like he puts no time into things to invest like people's emotions. That it's like the most like ADHD booking ever.
Whatever will
But,
get a pop at that time is what they will do.
yeah, and I feel like sometimes like you gotta know how to still book somebody that you don't have plans for. Like FTR, for example, like there's no plans for them. There haven't been plans for them since they got there, and somehow they've gotten over, and the people want to see them, and like they've been put in strange 6-man, 8-man tags. People see them with all these titles, except in that company, the most important one. And it's like for whatever reason, they won't give them just straight tag matches. And then when they do, like they lose on TV in just straight up tag matches. Like to me, it felt like all the time. They'll win on the internet and get that win-loss record. But for whatever reason, they
why are they on the
win on
internet
TV.
though? Like what? Why are they on the internet?
Man, you remember those times back like in the Attitude Era? Steve Austin was winning matches on Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, but Sunday Night
I don't
Heat was
remember.
still, on cable television, still being seen by millions of people. I would venture Heat was probably still doing like at least a million or two.
I mean, probably.
Yeah,
but that's a different time. Okay, let me just say this. It's like winning on WWE Superstars or whatever show they put out on Saturdays or what. I don't even know what day it comes up. Main event. Sorry, not Superstars. Main event. Whoa. I was dating myself.
It's not Superstars?
Huh? No, it's main event, remember?
Okay, yeah.
That's why I'm like, I remember Superstars, but I'm like, wait, no, it's something else now.
But yeah, I don't understand. But back to the match at hand. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. I feel like at some point Jungle Boy needs a win to like you just can't make him seem stupid. He's a loser and he's stupid. Like, why would I want to cheer for this guy? So
maybe that's more of a reason. Maybe that's what Tony Khan thinks. If he's a stupid loser, people will love him. But he's supposed to be a pillar in this company, right?
That ship sail, buddy. Because guess what? He can't talk. And a lot of your pillars can't talk. But I'll go with Jungle Boy just because, like, maybe they won't make him seem stupid. He can't, like I said, you can't be a loser and be stupid.
Yep, I'm gonna go with Jungle Boy in this one too. I think a cage match, escaping, a good way to get him a victory without actually pinning Luchasaurus. If Tony Khan decides to keep it going.
So they still have the same rules as WWE as far as cage matches?
To be honest, I don't even know. I don't know the last time I saw a cage match in AEW. But I would
Cody,
assume,
right?
Huh?
Was Cody? Is that the last one?
With who?
I can't remember. It's when he did a moonsault off the cage. I think it was Warlow.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember him doing a moonsault off the cage?
Nah. My stuff for Cody, I remember him putting himself through a table.
I do remember that. If y'all watch this put in the comments below whether AEW has the same steel cage match rules for WWE. I hope not, because I don't like WWE's steel cage match rules. I want to see a guy pinned or submitted in the ring, and I don't like this. I don't see what escaping the cage means. Like, that doesn't mean I'm better than you. That just means I found a way to get out of the cage.
And no, bro, you did something that put him down, and instead of pinning him, you just ran out the cage.
No, because with most WWE finishes in steel cages, it's like somebody interfering with somebody from escaping to allow the other person to escape. That's so. Hopefully, they can put on a better steel cage match finish than WWE does,
or they just break the cage.
That might be a thing. Literally no idea why this match is on the card. Literally no idea. It is Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby Allin.
Yeah, man. I guess just so Sting has somebody he can wrestle that he hasn't wrestled in that company before, that it won't hurt them to take a L, that won't break his neck and make him jump off of high objects, I guess, and do dangerous things. He can have an actual match. I guess. I don't really know what the point of this, like why this was on pay-per-view, but it's Sting. Maybe that's why. So Tony Schiavone can yell, "It's Sting." Like it's
Only
like
if we
9 to
had
5
her
or
shoot
something.
to do the. I'm not even going to try to do it.
It's Sting!
There you go. Nailed it. I understand wanting Jeff Jarrett to be maybe a part of your company. Maybe I maybe understand it. Maybe why this man is still on anybody's television is beyond me, because Jeff Jarrett really hasn't done anything successful in the wrestling business
Ever?
almost never. What was it? Global Force.
Didn't it turn into like TNA?
Did it?
I don't know.
Right. It failed.
Listen,
Whatever it was, it failed.
Yeah, I was young and I had no clue about all that. The internet was not what it is today, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. So I have no clue what happened to that company.
Impact, obviously, he ran that into the ground.
Well,
he's just
I'm
not
gonna
been
give him
a part of any
all the
successful
blame.
promotion in like
But
25 years.
I can't give him all the blame for Impact, bro.
No, I'm not giving him all the blame on Impact, but he was the face of the company.
Yeah.
So, and I really honestly believe if he had not been on WWE television 4 months ago, he would not be in AEW. I feel like the only reason he's in AEW because he was on WWE TV within the last 6 months.
Really? I feel like he still would be relevant without being on WWE TV. Like people at least know who he is.
I don't like. There's no like, bro. You saw his reveal. Like nobody cared.
Well, I think like, and again to that particular audience that AEW caters to, like to the hardcores, they know, and like they don't care because they know his history. To like casual people, oh, it's somebody I recognize, Jeff Jarrett. Didn't he do this one company? Whatever happened to that company? You know what I mean? Like people that don't really keep up with it, but kind of recognize him. But it's not going to add that many viewers for this. Like casual people ain't going to pay $50 to watch this.
No. Well, since he's shown up, the viewership is also went down. So it's a fight between the Elite and Jeff Jarrett to see who's going to take the most viewers away from AEW.
Yeah. Who's going to tank the show faster?
Right, exactly. I'm gonna go with Sting and Darby Allin because I literally see no common sense reason why Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal will win. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's facts. Sting is going to maintain that undefeated record that he has in AEW.
And shouldn't he be challenging for shouldn't they be challenging for the tag titles, or Sting be challenging for the singles, like the world title if he's undefeated?
They should be if there was rankings. They should be number. Well, that's the thing. He don't wrestle enough to probably qualify. Because I mean, he's only wrestled like 8 or 9 matches.
Is there a qualification system? Like, is there a set number of matches you have to have wrestled?
I mean, I would at least say like in the year, because I can't take like a 3-0 record like for the year against somebody that's like 15-4.
But you
You know
don't
what I
know
mean?
that for sure, which is the problem. All right. Moving on. We got Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Soraya.
I don't even remember, bro.
It's the
I'm
pay-per-view
sorry.
Saturday or Sunday. That's
We
uh
don't know.
Soraya doesn't, well, it matters. Page. Um so Britt Baker cut a babyface promo last night.
Hey, no, hey, she just told the truth.
And that's fine, but it's a babyface promo. She's supposed to be a heel. Then Soraya comes back and cuts a babyface promo. So, Bryce, what are they doing?
No, I feel like Britt Baker just told the truth, and like
But
the
it's a
people just
baby.
got
But
behind it.
it came out. It was a babyface promo. Like his.
Yeah. All I'm saying, she just told the truth. Like, I don't think she's trying to be a babyface. I think she really just told the truth of like, I've been here. I was the one building this. Like, I got my face broke for this multiple times. She's the one that's like, making strides in the division. And then she said something like last night, just in the backstage promo about like Soraya did the groundwork, but like essentially she did the groundwork so that like Britt Baker could run, and like she is running like with it, and like she's been here, building this company.
Yeah.
All she's doing is just telling the truth. Like, I don't think there's a way to really be a heel to somebody with a career-ending injury that's coming back. You know what I mean?
Right. Like you. Like that's.
I
That's
don't know.
why I
Just
think you
it feel
keep
like
it as a heel. Like I
yeah.
don't think you cut this promo. Like
It's just an
if you
awkward
have
spot
no
to be
intentions
in.
of being a babyface, you don't cut this promo.
Yeah.
Um, because you want all the sympathy on Soraya, first match back, coming back from injury after however long, how many years. Like, that's some baby face. That is wrestling. You don't even have to book that or write that. Like, that is
Yeah.
on a
It's
platter for
self-explanatory.
you. Like, you made her to be the biggest baby face in the world, and then you have a heel that's supposed to counter that. You're not supposed to have the supposed heel cut a babyface promo on the returning babyface who's coming back from injury. Like that
Yep.
just doesn't that just doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't flow with it's just like they telling two different stories. It's just confusing. Like is the booking of the feud has been kind of confusing. And I don't feel like they've gotten all out of this feud that they could have gotten.
Yeah. It made me question, man. So like when she first showed up in AEW and like she started fighting with Britt Baker, was she like not clear back then? You know,
Right.
to her just making the announcement like 2 weeks ago. And I know we ain't really talk about it, but like, bro, that letter that she posted online, what was that?
Well,
Her clearance
I
letter.
didn't see it.
You didn't see her clearance letter? I thought we
No.
put this. Bro, it put excuse me, on the clearance letter, it just basically it was a doctor's note that just said she's cleared to wrestle. That's all it said. But like it had her
Was
date
it
of birth.
kayfabe or was it real?
It's supposed to be real, but I don't. To me, it just looked weird. So it listed her date of birth, but instead of it saying like, I guess 1992, it said 992. So I'm like, already from a doctor's office, great. They've already messed up your date of birth. I doubt the letter would just say that she's cleared to wrestle. That's it. It was literally a one sentence letter. She's cleared to wrestle.
That's got to be kayfabe. I won't believe anything
And
different.
I'm like, well, I put it this way: whether it's real or not, nobody looked at this. There wasn't like 2 and 3 sets of eyes on this, and they just gave it to her. Just hey, tweet this out, and maybe she didn't even look at it. I have no clue.
For Saray's sake, I really hope they've worked on this match. Like I really
Yeah,
hope they've been putting in work.
I hope
Just
so.
to map out this match move for move because I don't trust anybody in that division to take care of anybody. I don't trust anybody in that company to take care of anybody.
Well,
So
it's a reason she's wrestling Britt Baker and not anybody else in that company. Because I mean, we've seen Britt Baker's face literally be broken a few times. Uh, Ruby Soho is on the shelf because recklessness. So like recklessness exists in that division because there's a lot of inexperienced women. They have some talented women, but they also have some inexperienced women. And I'm thinking here just to get Saraya back in the game, give her like the best woman that they have to offer. Which in a way that kind of sucks because like if she beats Britt Baker, what is she supposed to work towards at that
right,
point?
bro. Britt Baker being your best wrestler is like Andrew Wiggins being your best player. You're just not like you're just your team's not going to be very good. like your
Andrew
team's just
Wiggins
not going to
cut
be
you
very
straight
good,
hair.
and so um, I'm gonna go with Saraya here because you can't mess this up. Like you just
Yeah, she
can't.
can't come
Like
back and lose.
right, like you just can't. So I'm gonna go with Saraya.
All right.
And
Yeah.
if
I'm
Britt Baker
same.
wins, Tony Khan needs to do some re-examining of a lot of stuff. Uh, he may want to change nose medicine.
Nose
Um,
medication.
all right, so this is one we really don't have to spend a lot of time on. Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose. This is a stupid feud started by a stupid storyline.
Yeah, Nyla Rose stole Jay's title belt and has been in possession of it for over a month, even though they've been in the same building at the same time. Tony Khan hasn't forced Nyla Rose to give the belt back. Nyla Rose has had matches. Jade hasn't just found a way to just take the belt. Like, this to me is just illogical. Jade has flunkies that do absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Jade Cargill here, keep the streak going. I ain't got no more to say about this.
No, I'm gonna go with Jade with nothing more to say. All right, and what should be a good match, but this is one of my like why matches. Chris Jericho, Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Sammy Guevara, four-way match for the ROH World Championship. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, the whole concept of how this came together. Jericho
Please
believed
enlighten
there's some
us.
dissension with Claudio and Bryan Danielson. So they both, let me say who, Claudio, Bryan Danielson cut a promo a few weeks ago that they both want a shot at Jericho. Jericho responds, basically says it's dissension between those two, so he'll take them both on, but not without somebody to help him. So he wants Sammy involved, and he wants it to be a four-way.
That's awful. That's
Like that was the premise of how all of this came together. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I feel like this match has potential to help Sammy Guevara branch off from Chris Jericho. I don't think they're going to do that because they tried it once before and didn't work out for him.
right.
He had to go back to being Jericho's lackey. So yeah, I think Jericho just gonna win this, keep the belt, especially with a pay per view next month with ROH. I'm assuming a pay per view with Jericho would sell pretty well. I guess he seems to get ratings or at least viewers for that.
Bro,
He does.
there's a reason why Chris Jericho is getting this spot now is because
Yeah,
he was never fully trusted as the guy in the other company.
yeah, and I mean his segments, I guess, ratings numbers wise, they appear to be okay sometimes. Um, But I'm just thinking more so again, you're trying to get that TV deal. Just put the most notable face you got for that company to get it started. So, yep, just continue with Jericho.
Yeah, I'm gonna say same. And if they have a pay per view next month, first of all, here's what I want to know: if they have a pay per view next month, why is this match on this show? This will be a good main event for that show.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
think so?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's up here either.
So this doesn't. This is a misplaced match. Like I said, I'll go with Jericho, but I don't know what they're gonna do for next month ROH pay per view because if he beats everybody here, like, what do you? And is he
Who's
still
left?
doing this whole "I won't Ring of Honor" people? Is that still his?
Yes. His whole thing with this title reign is to desecrate the legacy of like Ring of Honor and like beat all like the former champions and whatever. Great.
Hey, but so let's go ahead and feed him both champions, two former Ring of Honor champions. Let's go ahead and feed them to him in one match instead of saving that. But who am I? I'm just a fan, just like Tony is. So I guess except I don't
Yep.
have the money. Um, this should be short. Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter. Tony Storm, you know, the whole, oh, let's get Tony Storm out of WWE and she'll be treated better and she'll get
Yeah.
the push that she deserves. Nobody really cares about Tony Storm right now. But they've invested a lot in her, so I'm assuming I'm just going to go with Tony Storm here. What about you?
Man, I want to invoke my Dave Meltzer pick of the week.
Oh boy,
I
what?
think it's gonna be a title match, and either Tony Storm or Jamie Hayter gonna win.
You put a Booger McFarlane, uh, Emmett Smith.
I really could see this going either way. It depends on what they want to set up next. Um, I wonder when Thunder Rosa is gonna come back and defend the belt and like have that match. That's kind of what's on my mind with this. I'm thinking about Thunder Rosa and what's next. So I could see Tony Storm winning if Thunder Rosa is still not ready to like have that match. Just so that way when they do fight, it's not like two baby faces. And I think that was supposed to be the match originally, but then it got changed.
And it's weird, like Tony Storm talked so much crap about Thunder Rosa when they were partners.
Yeah.
like it's just
Yeah, like that kind of flew under the radar, like what she said at the press scrum after All Out as well. And people were more focused on Punk, but like Tony Storm definitely had some things to say about Thunder Rosa's injury and how legitimate it seems to be. But I think at play here though is the Jamie Hayter situation. So like Britt Baker cost her the title at All Out. That way Tony Storm, was the interim champion or whatever. But I think what's going to end up happening is like Britt Baker's going to lose her match first, be like really pissed about it, and then impact the Jamie Hayter match and cause her to lose. So then they essentially are going to take Jamie Hayter away from Britt Baker because like she's so over with the crowd right now,
right.
and make Jamie Hayter a face, put her on her own, and then she can go do something with Britt. At least give you TV for 4 to 6 weeks, or
Right.
Give you something to do there. So yeah, I think Tony Storm is going to win this.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
only way I see Jamie Hayter winning is if Thunder Rosa is ready to come back. Just so that way you have at least a heel and face dynamic.
But they don't care about that. They don't. What makes you think they care about heel face dynamics?
Well, I would think they would care just because, hey man, Britt Baker, she can be jealous of Jamie Hayter just for a little bit while she has the belt to then set that up for Revolution in a few months.
Yeah, we're gonna get to a match where apparently heels and faces, like none of this
Yeah, it don't really matter.
matter.
But
Um,
yeah, so we both say Tony Storm.
okay. Have we differed on a match here?
Nope.
It's a pretty predictable card.
And then watch we're gonna get all these wrong.
Absolutely. Uh, Acclaimed versus Swerve and Our Glory. This seems pretty easy.
Yep.
I think this is probably where the breakup of Swerve and Keith Lee happens.
That's crazy. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yep.
Where we've been semi, sort of, pseudo teasing a breakup for 4 months now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily mind the story of Swerve being a heel and Keith being a face, and that eventually turns into something. So I don't mind that story. Um, but it needs to happen here. Like I don't. If not here, is either they turn full heel together and they win the titles, or they break up here.
Yeah.
I don't think you can carry the story on any longer. And the acclaimed are the acclaimed. I don't care for them, but they seem to be over with those people. No, we're not. No, absolutely not. So I'll go with the acclaim because I don't see a good reason for turning for changing the titles.
Yeah. I don't see where this makes a lot of sense. The Acclaim haven't really done much since being champs. They've really barely wrestled or done any of the stuff that's gotten them over. In fact, Tony Khan's tried to take it away for a few weeks. Uh, so yeah, I'm hoping that they win here, considering how they won the belts with the help of Billy Gunn the first time that they can, win clean. But I think here this match would probably be that Shaq and Kobe dynamic that like Keith Lee and Swerve always talk about. So like Shaq and Kobe was great together, but like they would butt heads on like what to do, like what was the right way. And I think this is gonna present like Keith Lee with an opportunity to cheat, or like Swerve will do something to cheat, and Keith Lee is gonna see it and then not want to like go for the pin. He don't want to win that way, and it's gonna end up costing him. And then yeah, I do see them like breaking up, like where this is something that happens after the match is over. Swerve leaves Keith Lee laying, and then we can have that feud. And then
And we
yeah,
get another heel turn, another another
well, I
heel
mean,
face
Swerve is
turn.
already he's already like a heel. He's basically the heel. Keith Lee is a face. It's like the weirdest dynamic that I've
Yeah,
seen with a tag team in a while, where it's like I've seen guys that can't get along, but this is literally like Swerve is like working as a heel. Keith Lee is working as a face. So,
yeah. So we're
but yep,
both gonna go to the acclaim there. So maybe we differ on this match.
I'm
Uh,
sure we won't.
so next match is the main event.
Oh, and we're missing something. What happened to the eliminator final match? Oh yeah,
Well,
that's right. Somebody's hurt, and we
yeah,
don't know when this is gonna happen. Okay, main
because
event time.
they're so transparent with things. Like you always know what's going on with AEW injuries or legal situations. They're so
Somehow, yeah.
transparent. Um, so this is John Moxley, the AEW World Champion, versus MJF. Um, so okay, the go home segment last night would left something to be lacking. So I can see this going probably 4 or 5 different ways, and none of them really that great. So you can have Moxley win clean. You can have MJF win clean. You can have MJF win by interference from the firm. You can have William Regal turn on John Moxley. What say you? Like, what's who wins and what's the finish? Because they're setting up something.
Like I feel like I've seen like the William Regal turn suggested so much, but I feel like that can't happen. Like I can't imagine what the scenario would be that would cause that to happen. because William Regal only does commentary. He doesn't stand at ringside during matches. So, like, obviously, if he does for this match, you know something's going to be up, right? I don't think the firm really interferes in this because I think Ethan Page is probably going to win that eliminated tournament. Just so that there's a guy from the firm in a prominent position as like MJF's first opponent. I got MJF winning this.
We're going to differ here.
You going to pick Moxley?
Let me tell you why. When was the last time Jon Moxley won a big match on a pay-per-view?
I don't even remember.
Right. Here's my thing. Jon Moxley's title reigns have been trash.
I mean, pretty much everybody that's had that belt.
But his especially have not been good. He's won and like he's a 3-time champion now. Is it 3 times?
It's like 2 with an interim, so whatever you want to call it, or maybe it is 3. Actually, I think it is 3. It's 3.
So he lost to Punk at All Out.
Yeah,
lost to Punk at All Out. I feel like he hasn't won a pay-per-view main event in a while.
I don't really recall. It's so hard for me to remember because, like, he defends the belt so often.
Right. So they give him title. I think this is how they justified in their mind is that they give him title wins. But the title wins are against, like, nobody you take seriously.
Or anybody that should even be, in contention for the belt.
Correct.
It's not like it's not like he's having a random match on TV against the number 1 contender. Like, they're just picking random people this week. They put names in a hat. Who hasn't been on TV in 3 weeks? All right, boom, here we go.
All right, so he beat he beat Tanahashi at Forbidden Door, but again, like, nobody thought Tanahashi was going to win that match. Like, we're not. I know people they like the 10th think so, but we're not stupid. So, so at Double or Nothing,
they had the the Blood and Guts at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, so I don't think his title reigns have been very good. I don't think, considering if he had won that Punk feud, like if he had beat Punk All Out, I would probably go with MJF. But you keep going snip, snap, snip, snap. Like he lost the belt, then he won it.
I think
back, and then he won it again because the only reason he won it again was because the guy who lost it, the guy who won it from him at the pay-per-view, tore his pec and eviscerated the locker room. So at some point you got to give this man some credit, some championship credibility. He can't keep losing the belt. You can't be a 4-time champion. This isn't the Attitude Era. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, hey, for whatever Tony Khan want to book, it's his world. But I feel like Moxley is always like the safe option. He's like the guy you don't have to have plans for. That like, oh hey, I need, my option A got injured. I need to put a match together. Like, I need a new world champion for like 3 months. Just give it to Moxley. Hey, I need somebody that can keep the belt for like 2 weeks. I'll just give it to Moxley. You don't need plans. You know what I mean?
But is that the way you want to jerk around your top guy, though? He's your top guy. He's your Roman Reigns. Like,
he's an outsider.
And I'm sorry, I compare every world champion to Roman Reigns. But he is just the gold standard for world champions for the last 30 years.
Bro, Moxley is an outsider in that company. Even though he loves AEW, he was not there at the start of AEW. You know, the people that's in control of that company, like the people that they like, I don't believe he's one of them. I don't think they have any disdain or dislike for him. I don't have any sources. This is just me looking at this on how they've booked that company, the people that get put in the positions that they get put in. It's amazing. You know something I really have noticed? Where is Hangman? He had that match with Moxley on TV, and I don't remember seeing him
Well,
since.
didn't he have a concussion? So they got
Oh, you
him.
know what? I forgot all about that. That's right. He did get knocked out of that match.
Yeah. So
It's probably a
him,
good thing he's been off TV.
him and Adam Cole are hanging out
Yeah.
in concussion protocol together.
It's like that scene in Forrest Gump with Lieutenant Dan, where they're both at the hospital.
Facts. I would just like to think that at some point they're going to start treating the world champion like a world champion. And if Moxley's your top guy, he just signed an extension. You've made him a coach. Like, you just brought in his wife. Like, you've given him all this stuff. Start treating him like he's your top guy.
Nope,
and that includes a long title reign.
MJF is the top guy in that company.
Say what?
MJF is the top guy in that company.
Well, yes. But I feel they're messing him up a little bit. Like, he's not as hot as he was when he came back in.
Still hot though.
So
I put it like this: if you don't put the world title on him now, that's gonna cool him off so much. He can still keep people's attention and still be entertaining. But without the world title, like, this is the moment people have been waiting for this dude for a while.
This is the one match we differ on. I like it.
This is his moment. All right, so I say MJF. You say Moxley.
I'm gonna say Plumber Moxley because I just really would like them to
Plumber Moxley.
Like, I can't believe, I just can't see joking like your number one guy, like your number one baby face. I cannot see them continually just like making him like second fiddle to everything. Yep. And this is great philosopher, and we'll end on this. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, we should have said this earlier. Go ahead and super kick that like button.
Oh, that's true, because AEW. Thigh slap that like button.
Yeah. As a great philosopher once said, he's always going to be third best. Like, we're just going to keep treating him like he's the third member of the Shield, or like we just. So, on that note, Bryce, anything you want to say before we end this here?
Hey man, I'm just praying. I don't see nothing crazy on this pay-per-view. That there's no injuries. That everybody will be able to wrestle. More matches after this pay-per-view. I'm specifically saying this because of one match in particular, but like, just pray for everybody. Put on a good show. I can't wait to watch this.
I will not be watching because I will be out of town, but Bryce is going to do the lead work, and he's going to do the dirty work and watch it with you guys. I also know Tantalizing Tony's doing a watch along.
Oh, well, say that. Hey, I'm gonna be in the comments of Tantalizing Tony's watch along.
There you go. So we come to an end. So our normal time is at. And thank you for if you made it to the end. We really appreciate it. So we go live Wednesday nights at 9:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a third member of the group, Big Hirsch. Him and Bryce will take over the show on Wednesday. Bryce, what y'all got coming Wednesday?
Well, I'll try to do some prep work for the show Wednesday. Oh man, I'm trying to look at some of our most favorite traditional Survivor Series matches. Boy, are they few and far between. I had no idea till I looked today. I thought this was like a annual tradition, like every year. There's at least one. No.
Yeah.
So, we're going to, I don't know how long it's going to be, but we're going to talk about Full Gear, review that, preview Survivor Series, and also talk about our favorite traditional Survivor Series matches. Maybe have like a top 5. It's only probably been like 7, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, we're going to chop it up, talk about that. I think, Blake got the Wi-Fi package. He going to be in the comments.
You already know what it is.
Let us know his favorite moment as well when that time comes. And, hey, that's what we got on tap. Maybe Big Hirsch will wear a turkey suit. Maybe we'll talk about what we're eating for Thanksgiving. We don't know.
Yeah. And us as a channel, we have some big things coming. You see the new intro. Got a new outro. We got some things. We got some things in the pot. So we would really appreciate if you guys joined along with us. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I feel like we are at check the
just
number.
100 maybe. Did we hit 100?
We're at 98 subscribers, so we're only 2 away. So, if you guys can help us get that 100 milestone, we'd be greatly appreciative. Like I said, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Follow us on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the KOD Show. And on that note.
Dang, we didn't even use it today.
We didn't even use it.
That's all the socials right there. At the KOD Show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please go follow. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Help out the algorithm.
Hey, man.
Okay?
Let's push us. Let's push us to the moon. All right. I guess on that note, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Let me see. Yo, just Bryce.
Yo.
Go ahead and hit that music.
I don't have the button.
You don't have it? You don't have it. You don't have it. Mark for
I really
edit.
don't have the button.
58 minutes.
I don't have the button.
Mark for edit. So I guess you gotta.
What? No, man. Just leave that in there. It's funny.
So, in honor of Big Hirsch, again, thank you guys for joining us. I'm just gonna hit our music.